What's up, guys, and welcome back to CNN Films and Animation. He's Cory.
He's Allen.
Well, we're continuing on with Anime Month, and we're watching what?
The seventh film from Hayao Miyazaki.
7 already?
Yes. Princess Mononoke. And the film follows, basically it starts off with this giant ravenous boar who is infected with this
Dark energy that kind of looks like worms.
mhm.
He's enraged. That's all he feels is rage. The main hero, who tries to stop him from destroying the village, gets
infected with what the boar had.
right before he stops him, and it's an evil mark. The village, even though they deeply regret it, they have to banish him. So he
is told to go figure out where this ball of iron came from that infected this boar.
Yes.
The ball of iron was inside the boar, and it shattered its bones and basically killed it.
Yes. So yeah. So he heads out on his journey, which takes him to this village called Irontown.
Mhm.
Where they are mining iron and making them into shots for guns. And he learns that this city is destroying this sacred magical forest so they can get to more iron. Along the way, he sees Princess Mononoke, who is a girl who's been raised by wolves, who is bound and determined to kill the head of Irontown for destroying so much of the forest.
Yeah.
Well, along with this plot, there is a plot to kill the god of life and death, because an emperor we never see wants to live forever, and this monk and his hunters want to kill it to get a fortune.
Yeah.
And our hero wants to bring balance to both nature and humanity.
Yeah. He wants everyone to calm the fuck down and just
all while his wound is getting worse.
Yeah. And so he has to, juggle, all of these feuding, villages, nations, stuff, and, trying to figure out how to cure his curse. And I don't really want to go into much more of the plot because...
we've streamlined that. There's much more to it.
Yeah, and don't want to ruin anything.
Very interesting movie. Bunch of different characters. I've said that about each one of these. Characters are unique. They're interesting. The creature designs are cool. Most of them are massive. You have boars the size of minivans. You have
even bigger, I imagine.
Well, some of them are.
Yeah.
Like the average are like minivans. Some of them look like freaking Humvees. Their designs are really neat.
Tanks.
Yeah. Which the bigger ones are called gods. Very neat. I could see it. The ones that are called gods can talk. There's giant wolves.
Yeah. The god of life and death is really cool looking.
Yeah.
It's actually a rather unique design. It kind of reminds me of a deer, but with at least 20 or 30 antlers. Points. Something like that.
Yeah, his face more human-esque, and his feet are more bird-like. It kind of a mix between a hoof and bird claw. They're really neat.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really neat about him when he walks, his when he puts his foot on the ground, life, like grass, springs up all beautiful, and as he steps off of it, it dies. Very unique idea for him being God of life and death. He gives life and takes it away.
I think it would have been more cooler, I guess, if like his front ones were bring life and his back ones brought death.
Yeah, kind of a balance. Yeah.
But still a very, very cool creature. There's a bunch of little spirit things that guard the forest, and they just kind of turn their head and yeah, they're really cool. They bring some big laughs throughout the film. This film for me is very special because this was the first anime movie I had ever seen. I saw it when I was probably 6 or 7. I was not big into anime growing up. In fact, I didn't like it. I was never a fan. And I wasn't really wanting to watch this movie when I first watched it. But a friend of mine rented it, and we ended up watching it, and I liked it. But I never got into anime until much later. But, I always remembered this movie, and it has stuck with me throughout my life. And as I've gotten older, I've cherished it even more and more. The characters, the story, are so rich and in-depth that you know all of the characters. They feel like real people.
Yes.
Princess Mononoke, she is a very unique character and is very I can't even think of a word.
Strong-willed.
Yeah, strong-willed. She's unique and just very cool, I guess. I really like the character. Our main hero, he is trying his best to bring balance to all worlds. And, he himself is unique as well. And I mean, it's just, there's so many great elements to this movie that I really enjoy. The soundtrack, or rather the film score, really adds great depth to the story. It doesn't really tell a story or anything, but I noticed that the score was really beautiful. Great orchestra, all the stuff like that, and just fantastically directed.
Yes.
But other than that, I really love this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites of Miyazaki's and one of my all-time favorite animes. So, what would you give this one?
It's a good story. Really like different characters. The whole bringing balance between tradition and I guess the future, with them bringing in gunpowder and whatnot. Very interesting. I think I'd give it a 9.2.
Okay. Yeah. For myself, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
This film is very special to me, and is one that I've seen at least 4 or 5 times in my life, and each time I see it, it just gets better and better. But yeah, I highly recommend this movie. Like I said, it's one of my favorites, and if you haven't seen it, please do check it out. So tell us, guys, have you seen Princess Mononoke? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Share your thoughts on the film. Comment below, let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback.
If you like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and be sure to check out our other videos. We really appreciate it, guys.
Yep. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. If you have any movie suggestions or TV suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as always, I'm Corey.
I'm Alan.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys later.